Let the battle begin. Eliminate all other contenders, or secure the crown to win.
Hello everybody and welcome to another Hyperscape video. In today's video we'll be talking about the new game mode that's been leaked / announced because some details have, and the Reddit AMA that just came out. So the first thing I want to talk about is the new game mode. It's called Hack Runner. Some details maybe have been announced, but there has been leaks. But the only thing that's really leaks is the name. Those are the details. People are like fake leaking it. But on the AMA, there's a little bit that's related to it, but I'll tell you when I get to it. So the AMA is on Reddit, but they've announced a few things on Twitter. If you follow the Twitter, you might have seen it. But let's just get into the first one. So the first question was, hey guys, can we expect another game mode like Faction Wars with large squads? Then JC, the creative director, who answered most of these, said Faction Wars will return in Season 2, with some improvements based on the feedback we've received from you all past few weeks. We're exploring additional modes with large squads for future as well. So Faction Wars is coming back, which I don't really like, but I know a few people do because they prefer like the more team gameplay. But you know, I'm glad they've taken the feedback from the community, which is probably the best thing a developer can do. Another question was, don't you guys think we need a game mode which players will have more than one life? And they said back, yes, absolutely agreed. We need and want a game mode with more than one life. In fact, we're already working on this, and then they put in brackets, not in Season 2. So this new game mode that's coming out, this might be a little hint towards it saying that this new Hack Runner has more than one life, which if it does, I'll be pretty excited for. Obviously, I'm going to give every new game mode a try because, you know, I think they'll be fun. Another question was, when is Duos coming? And will you add some new game modes like TDM, Capture the Flag, etc.? Will there be permanent modes like solo and squads? And then they responded by saying Duos are coming in Season 2, thank God, and we're looking at other game modes now. So finally they've addressed the Team Deathmatch Call of Duty type respawn game mode, which is, in my review, I said they need to add to make this game last longer. And if they do add it, I'll be pretty excited because I do like them game modes. It more reminds me of, you could say, Quake, because it's got like the same type of like, you know, momentum based movement from Quake if you've ever played it, which I don't think a lot of people have now since those games basically died like 100 years ago or something. But the next question was, will there be crossplay? So we know that crossplay's been in the works for a while, but they finally just confirmed saying yes, crossplay is being worked on and will release this year. The thing is with this year, it's very like, it's a broad answer in it. There's still quite a bit left of this year. There's not a lot left, but there's still quite a bit. So it's either going to be Season 2 or, depending on when Season 3 starts, maybe early Season 3. Hopefully it'll be announced soon for the date. But to be fair, I don't have any friends who play Hyperscape on a different console, so it doesn't really affect me. Somebody also said, I've noticed those red things. Those viruses are spreading through Neo Arcadia. Any information on what they may be? Then they responded saying answers will come at the end of the season. So obviously, if you do keep up with Hyperscape, it does have a story. There was a comic that was released recently. I think it was pretty good. I enjoyed reading it. You know, this game isn't really designed for story. Obviously, it's a battle royale game, or maybe more soon. You never know. And you know, obviously having a story like keeps the player base interested, even if it's not like next level storytelling like Red Dead. It's still something. It's better than nothing. And then another question was, what are your guys' favourite guns? And each of them answered with the Mammoth, Protocol, and the A-Trax. Which, you know, some of them aren't that good, but we don't talk about that. Another thing they asked was, will there be a change to the map consistently? They responded saying yes. Do you plan to change the map consistently across seasons, but with the first big change coming with Season 2? I'm glad they said big change, so hopefully it might be a whole new map. But when they say across seasons, I'm not sure if that means like midway through a season they'll change the map a little bit, or like it'll be like every season they change it. But hopefully they change it like midway through and at the beginning, so there's like variety. But if this is a big change coming, I'm going to really enjoy this because this new map, or this map, is starting to get a little bit stale. Another question was FOV slider for console soon. This is what I was sad about. They said, we know FOV slider is a big ask a lot from our console players. We've started working on it, but as changing FOV on console will have a large impact on performance, We're evaluating what extra work we need to do. Then we release it. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be added, because the same reason that COD doesn't have it is because the performance just goes down the drain, especially on console, because consoles really aren't that powerful. You know, it's not like the 360, because at the time, when the Xbox 360 came out, that was like a high quality console, but the PS4 compared to PCs today, you know, no comparison. But hopefully they do add it, or maybe a smaller spectrum that you can like turn it up or down to. You know, so like to get like the perfect spot where it's not like it doesn't affect the performance, but it also you can increase it a little bit. Somebody also asked, can you share any future content? Because in the game's current state, there's not much to do besides leveling up the battle pass. They said player rank is coming in season 2 and should give you new incentives to play and perform whilst in matches. More news coming soon. I'm glad they're adding this, so it's an in-game scoreboard, kind of like leaderboard. I use tracker.gg, which obviously is, you know, it's an external site. And obviously I prefer if it was in-game because it would be a lot easier to do. And then it would be, you know, console specific or PC specific on your thing. Or maybe you can filter it by country. Obviously you can do that on tracker.gg, but it would be easier if it was in the game. And people want them to add ranked play, which is a very interesting concept, but I'm not a very big ranked player in any game. I've never really been into it. I don't like sweating my dick off so I can get a win in the game. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that type of guy, but some people are. They also said, any news on auto run and rebinding controller buttons? This is a very interesting thing. I don't use auto run myself, but a lot of people do like it. So, you know, if they add it in, that's a good for everyone else. Obviously, I'm not going to use it. But rebinding buttons is actually like, it's pretty interesting, because then people have an advantage on the way they hold the controller, you know, with the claw, then you have however you hold it, because everyone holds it differently, and maybe people will play differently because of it. But they said Auto 1 will arrive at the beginning of Season 2, so that's confirmed, which starts early October, which obviously we knew, because if you take away the dates from the Season 1, you know, early October, you see that maths. And then they also said, we are looking into permanent solutions for controller rebinding, but in the meantime, would like if you let us know if there's any specific layouts you would want. So this is good. They're taking community feedback and they're integrating it into the game. A lot of games don't do this. They'll just like do whatever they think's right. But Hyperscape, the devs do genuinely care about the community, which is one of the reasons that I do like this game, because the devs do care. They're not just like some like faceless like developer company that just makes a random game every year. God, I'm not trying to say anything. Another person said, do you think the protocol fall-off damage starting at 150 is maybe too short? They said damage fall-off has just arrived in the game and is going to be adjusted for the weapon and introduced for other weapons in Season 2. So obviously, you know, it's a new feature, so it's not really going to be balanced yet. I reckon further into the season, or maybe like at the start of next season, the protocol will be fixed with the damage fall-off, and obviously they're going to be adding in fall-off for new weapons, which I think is a good idea, because sometimes like you'll be shot across the map from a Riot 1 or a Ripper and then you just die in like 2 shots, which doesn't really make sense to me. Somebody also asked, can we have an actual ping / lost information whilst playing? And is it possible to get rid of the kill confirm score after killing an enemy? And they answered saying, yes, we are looking into adding ping information in the game. We agree that is important feedback for our players to have whilst they play. We are also happy to say the score indicator will be moved down out of the crosshair area in Season 2. I never found the skull a big deal. Some people do, but I personally don't. I don't mind it. I don't think it's that bad. But maybe the option to turn it off, you know, is a good idea. Like, I don't think it's too bad, but, you know, people will complain about it. But the ping information is very useful, especially on this game, because I always seem to get really bad connection or really bad ping whenever I play this game. Which, I don't know why, but it's only this game. Any other game, I'm fine. But this is the only game that I get really bad connection on. I don't actually know why the reason that is. So another question on the Reddit was asked, are you guys planning to add keyboard and mouse access to console? And then they also said, and I would really like to see ranked added into the thing. So obviously I've already talked about ranked. But they responded saying, currently we have no plans to support keyboard and mouse on console. Hearing that just made me so sad. I was so excited to play keyboard and mouse on this, because I thought, because crossplay is being added, you would add keyboard and mouse like support. And it actually crushed me to know that it's not. because I was so excited, but you know, it's just how it is. There's not much you can really do about it. But we're getting close to the end of the video now. I think I get a win in this game, I'm pretty sure, if I remember it correctly. And you know, pretty easy. I'm a gamer, what can I say? But I hope you enjoy the rest. I will be uploading more videos on Hyperscape. I'll probably do patch notes, and I'll also do stuff like this because they do AMAs. I think it's like every week or every 2 weeks or something. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.